Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ariffudin bin Irwan from class MT4. So today I want to do a presentation for task 3 report writing for subject mathematical reasoning. So let's start with the problem. Every morning, students use different modes of transportation to come to school. Some students travel by car with their parents, others take the bus, cycle, or walk. Recently, the school noticed that traffic congestion often occurs at the school entrance during peak hours. This situation causes delays and raises safety concerns for both students and teachers. Based on the collected data of 34 students in the class, determine the most commonly used mode of transportation to school. Calculate the percentage for each transportation method, represent the data using a radar chart, and suggest another possible solution to help reduce traffic congestion during school hours. The data collected are as follows. So, if we look at the table, we can look that transportation car, the number of students that use car for the transportation to go to school is 18 students. For bus, there are 8 students. Then 6 students go to school with bicycles, and 2 students go to school by walking. So let's go for the solution. For the solution, I used the 4 steps Polia problem solving. So the step 1 is understand the problem. The data shows how 34 students travel to school using different modes of transportation. The task is to find out which mode is the most commonly used. Show the data using a radar chart and suggest one way to reduce traffic congestion during school hours. Then, step 2, devise a plan. First, identify which transportation method has the highest number of students. Then, display all the data in a radar chart using the number of students. The radar chart will help show the difference among the 4 modes of transport in one clear visual. Finally, think one practical suggestion to help reduce traffic congestion, such as encouraging students to share rides or take the school bus. Next, step 3, carry out the plan. Use a radar chart to represent the given information because it allows all the transportation methods to be compared in one graph. Each axis on the chart represents one type of transportation, and the distance from center shows how many students use that method. So, this is my radar chart. So, the title is Modes of Transportation to School. If we look at the chart, we can look that this is the center of the chart. Then, the distance from the center and the distance from center shows how many students use the method. So, the radar chart shows the number of students using different modes of transportation to come to school. From the chart, it is clear that travelling by car is the most common mode, with the highest point on the graph reaching 18 students. The bus is the second most used mode with 8 students, followed by bicycle with 6 students. The least common mode of transportation is walking, with only 2 students. The overall pattern suggests that most students rely on cars, likely being driven by their parents, while very few students walk or cycle. This may mean that students choose their way to school based on distance and comfort, which can also cause traffic congestion around the school during busy hours. So, the last step is step 4, look back. Based on the radar chart, car is the most common way for students to come to school, with 18 students use this method. Walking is the least common, with only 2 students. To help reduce traffic congestion, the school could encourage students who live nearby to walk or cycle instead of being driven by their parents. This would reduce the number of vehicles on the road, promote a healthier lifestyle, and make the school environment safer for everyone. The justification of using radar chart as the form of representation. The iconic form of representation, which uses visual image or diagrams to present data, helps make complex information easier to understand. A radar chart is chosen as the iconic representation because it clearly shows the comparison between several categories at once. Each axis represents a mode of transportation, and the distance from center indicates the number of students using that method. When all data points are connected, the shape form allows quick visual interpretation of which categories have higher or lower values. This makes it easier to identify patterns, trends, and differences that might not be obvious from a table of numbers. Overall, the radar chart provides a simple yet powerful way to represent data iconically, making the findings clearer, more engaging, and easier to analyze. So that's all from me. Thank you.